Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News, with you as always, your two favorite people, myself, Vibin, and my brother, Mr. Scott Tripp, aka the Crypto Beast. As you guys know by now, we like to get together, kind of jump in some of the crypto headlines that we find throughout the day, bring them to your attention, and see what you guys think about them. One of the admins over here at BigONE, Scott is also, and he also handles social media content for BigONE. So you can check him out on Twitter, Telegram, and other various sites. But just like we do every day, we just try to get into, to the crypto news. But right before we do that, we like to get the daily market sentiment from my brother, Mr. Crypto Beast. So without further ado, take over.
Yeah, I don't know what to say right now. It's showing that it's going back up, but it's kind of consolidating a bit as well. And the fear is in the end, yeah, it's probably going to go back down. That's my feeling.
Yeah, I mean, I think the sentiment right now is it's just a lot of uncertainty. I think, you have the U.S. weighing in on crypto regulation and things of that nature, and then there's a lot of uncertainty with the financial markets throughout the world. And also, we have a war going on. So I think the sentiment right now should still be in that neutral to almost like I don't call it bearish. I like to call it the accumulation zone. I mean, the market's giving us an amazing time to accumulate, even for the people who might be sidelining and still waiting. These same prices keep coming to revisit, and they probably won't stay here forever. So I know that's what I'm looking at, and hopefully a lot of people are doing the same thing. But without further ado, Scott, did you get the share button on already?
Oh, sorry about that. I'll do
Oh,
that right now. It takes 2 seconds. There you go. Done.
yeah. So I'm gonna jump right into my first article today. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be coming from Cointelegraph, but if not, we will see here momentarily. All right. So it's actually going to be coming from CNBC.com. And it says here, Shake Shack is partnering with Jack Dorsey's block to offer a Bitcoin rewards program. So your next order from Shake Shack might come with a side of crypto. The popular burger chain on Thursday announced that it will offer cashback rewards in the form of Bitcoin to customers who pay for their order using Cash App. Qualifying orders will receive 15% of their cost of their order back in Bitcoin. To eligible customers must pay with Cash Card or Cash App's debit card. The promotion, which lasts through mid-March, is a push to reach younger customers and to see if there's enough demand for the ability to pay with crypto. Shake Shack's chief marketing officer, Jay Livingston, told the Wall Street Journal. So he says, you're always trying to find a place your bets on those things that truly would be meaningful and not waste resources on ones that won't, Livingston said. So Dorsey has been an advocate for Bitcoin for a while, comparing it to the early internet. And over the summer, he's saying he hopes that it creates or helps create world peace. So I think this is pretty cool to hear about Shake Shack having this partnership done with the likes of Square, as well as Cash App is involved in this as well. And you see, Jack staying true to his word and saying that when he stepped down from Twitter, he was going to focus more on Bitcoin and building things for Bitcoin. So I think this is pretty cool. I don't think that I personally ever use my cryptocurrency to buy a burger and fries, but I think it just shows that, with the usability, they could possibly entice more holders and younger holders.
Mm-hmm. No, I'd agree on that. Sorry, my dog all of a sudden decided to get your attention. Just hold on 1 sec. I'll grab my article. So energy giant Chevron files for NFT and metaverse related trademarks. American multinational energy corporation Chevron has filed a new metaverse related trademark for its name and logo with the United States Patent and Trademark Office. The applications were filed on March 2nd, 2022, indicating that energy giants plan to expand into the metaverse and offer branded non-fungible tokens, as well as gas, renewable energy products, and convenience store products in the form of digital commodities. This move is the latest in following a trend among the corporation's brands and celebrities expanding into the metaverse sphere. Other major corporate players jumping in the NFT bandwagon include lingerie brand Victoria's Secret, fast food chain giant McDonald's, beverage company Monster Energy, and retail giant Walmart, with Chevron starting the trend from the energy sector. Not even the New York Stock Exchange could resist the pull. Recording artist Billie Eilish has also filed trademarks for a name and logo, following in the footsteps of artists as diverse as Kiss, Dolly Parton, and Grandmaster Flash. The funny part that I get about this is Web3 is not like, there's people trying to patent like tables and chairs and regular items in Web3. Like, come on, you guys, wake up. It ain't, you'll hold the patent in the States, but everywhere else in the world, you won't have a patent in. So get over it, man. You're not going to make money off of holding a patent for something that isn't, like, it drives me nuts. I don't know why.
Yeah, I mean,
freaking nuts.
I think the lesson throughout time when it comes to antiques, I don't think anybody knew which ones would actually be the most popular antiques. So people are just right now, especially with the NFTs and things of that nature, I think you just see people just, trying to latch on and buy on to whatever they can to hope for things in the future. But I think this article overall is bullish news to see some of the major brands, as we keep talking about week to week, getting involved with metaverse and NFT. It just also seems like this is going to be the new form of a business license in my eyes, and to be able to sell things digitally online and making it a lot easier to do so. And that's what we have these blockchains for. So I think that was a really good article. But to jump into my second article for the day, Scott, I'm gonna get the screen share here. And it is coming from bitcoin.com. And the headline reads, Visa and Mastercard suspend operations in Russia as a part of the sanctions over Ukraine. So look at that article right there. Congratulations to the newly listed Everrise. So they got a nice little article here. So it looks like they've been working on their ads. So the world's leading payment processors, Visa and Mastercard, have joined sanctions against Russia over its military invasion of Ukraine. The American companies announced suspensions of operations in the Russian Federation, although Russians will be able to use their cards inside the country. So payment firms Visa and Mastercard are suspending operations in Russia as a part of the international response to its decision to invade Ukraine. The U.S.-based financial services corporations revealed Saturday that they'll be working with the clients and partners to terminate transactions through their systems. So Visa explained that once it takes the necessary steps, all transactions initiated with Visa issued in Russia will no longer work outside the country, and in Visa cards issued by financial institutions outside of Russia will no longer work within the Russian Federation. So we are compelled to act following Russia's unprovoked invasion of Ukraine and then unacceptable events that we have witnessed, stated Al Kelly, Chief Executive Officer of Visa. He also expressed regret about the consequences for Visa's Russian partners, clients, and card holders. Card issued by Russian banks will no longer be supported by the Mastercard network. Any Mastercard issued outside the country will not work on the Russian ATM machines or with Russians. So, or merchants, I'm sorry. So this is something that obviously the president was cool with, and because they went ahead and imposed the sanctions here in the U.S. against Russia, and so I'm not surprised to see this article come out with Visa and Mastercard doing that, and I think you're going to see more things and more stuff come about with this war being talked about. You're going to see different companies come out and stop offering services in Russia. But it's good to see that most of the crypto exchanges, both centralized and decentralized, both have came out and said that they wouldn't stop letting people receive funds in Russia, because I mean it's two sides to everything, and I think some people there still need the aid as well.
And here's my question: will they still expect their debt back, Visa and Mastercard, from Russian citizens who've had their services taken away? I'm betting just as much so, yeah. So my next article, former Fed trader warns weaponizing banking system may lead to scramble for gold and crypto. Oh my goodness, that dog today. Using the financial system as a weapon against enemies may backfire on advanced economies, costing them their risk-free status, believes former Federal Reserve trader Joseph Wang. In a tweet and article from March 7th, he said that he didn't believe this to be enough to break the global currency order for now, but as the Russian invasion of Ukraine intensifies, many Western governments and financial institutions have imposed financial sanctions on the invading countries in an effort to put a stop to the war and suffering of the Ukraine people. One of the sanctions was a confiscation of the central banks of Russia's deposits in major central banks. In the wake of the invasion and the resulting sanctions, the Russian native currency ruble took a major dip, falling to its record lows, while the ruble to Bitcoin trading volume surged. The increasing trade volume has sparked rumors that Russia may resort to cryptocurrencies in an effort to evade the sanctions. However, the market lacks the liquidity and anonymity to pull this off in the required scale, and exchanges aren't willing to risk breaking money laundering rules in the face of the increased regulatory scrutiny. That's for Bitcoin.
Yeah, man. I think, like I said, man, a lot of things are happening when you think about a war and the things that it happens when countries take out sanctions. And that article was right. If the market was full of liquid right now, Scott, you would see some squeezes on things like Bitcoin that will probably fluff numbers up, to some high numbers, only to have these massive sell-offs because people don't know what to hedge their money with when they're in Russia right now. Those people are confused and they don't know what to do because we look at how much the ruble keeps falling, and I mean, we talk about the dollars going down and the inflation that's occurring here in the States. I mean, that what's happening over there with these sanctions, man, it's people's wealth is just decimating. $1 million could be worth $100,000 a day. So, I mean, it's almost like they're getting rug pulled right now by their own currency. So definitely interested to see what happens. And when we talk about what goes on, what goes forward from here with Russia and the people over there. But to jump into my last article of the day today. So it's coming from Bloomberg, and it says Biden assigned crypto order as industry faces sanctions pressure. So Joe Biden is set to sign an executive order this week that would outline the U.S.'s government strategies for cryptocurrencies, according to several people familiar with the administrator's plans. The order will direct federal agents to examine potential regulatory changes, as well as the national security and economic impact of digital assets, said the people who, as not to be named, discussing the deliberation. The White House's approach to crypto has attracted fresh attention in recent weeks as Washington and its allies have levied sanctions on Russia, prompting concerns that firms and individuals there could be using crypto to evade some of the restrictions. So the White House declined to comment on that. Meanwhile, the crypto industry is facing intense scrutiny from lawmakers, including Ms. Elizabeth Warren and Mr. Sherrod Brown, over concerns that the sanctioned individuals in Russia may be using digital assets to bypass the sanctions. Still, some analysts and officials have questioned how effective a workaround crypto could be, given the limited size of the market. So, it's one of those things, Scott, that we're going to pay attention to a little bit more as the week goes on, and just see what they're kind of signing. I don't think that's really scares me in a sense as far as regulation. I think they're doing this to try to slow down some of the funds that may be going to Russia, just because a lot of exchanges, centralized and decentralized, all said they wouldn't freeze assets.
I'd agree with you on that. And then my next article is actually on South Korea. South Korea's presidential candidates issue NFTs in latest bid to win votes. South Korean presidential candidates are locked in a close race and are looking to garner more support in the crypto community via NFTs. The country's Conservative Party issued 4,000 NFTs, I'm not even going to say the name, last week at roughly $40 each on the South Korean NFT marketplace, CCCV. he intends to release a total of 22,329 NFTs. The issuance follows a similar move from the ruling Democratic Party candidate Lee Jae-myung, I believe, who announced earlier in the year that he would raise airdropped NFTs earlier in the year. The final election date is March 9th, and both candidates have gone to great lengths to win the support from young voters. This is because the old demographics are already set in their choices, while younger voters are still undecided. South Korea has a very high crypto adoption rate. A recent survey shows that 4 out of 10 South Koreans between the age of 20 and 30 own crypto, while the total trading volume of crypto in the country exceeds that of KOSPI Stock Exchange. The two nominees have tapped crypto-related firms and investors with promises to improve the regulatory landscape in the country in a bid to sway their votes. Their primary promise is to bring back ICOs, which were banned in 2017, and make them safer for investors. Lee has promised to institutionalize virtual assets, prepare for a framework for the listing of cryptocurrencies, and build a more transparent system for public disclosure of information. Meanwhile, Yoon promised to create a new state agency called the Digital Industry Promotion Agency, which will be tasked with leading and monitoring the crypto and NFT industry. That's interesting. And I've heard talk of this in the States too as well. I think we've talked about it before where actual senators and stuff were creating NFTs, and it's definitely becoming a bigger thing. My one fear is with the regulations that are coming up on NFTs soon. I think there is going to be some fairly large regulations come into place and more of a policing style on NFTs than ever before. So it's going to be interesting to watch in the next bit.
Yeah, again, not really worried about the regulation aspect of it right now. I think this is still a lot for them to try to understand.
We've got a few more years at least.
Yeah, so I think we'll be good there. I think they may be prepping to eventually what we can see here with Korea doing this. Maybe voting will be on blockchain one day, and you might even pay or connect your Web3 wallet to verify yourself to actually vote. So maybe people can get some restored rights in certain countries and things of that nature with Web3 and some of the voting protocols that could come about in the future. But yeah, I think we're still a ways out for any kind of mass regulation with that. With NFTs or anything. So go to the last part of the day, guys. Going over to Trading View, going to look at the total crypto market cap as well as some of the dominance factors that we like to take a look at. Got some green happening right now. So we got the total crypto market cap right now with $1.67 trillion. This is still a little bit up from where we left out last week. So we're just kind of coming back up from where we were. No wonder this chart was on a 5-minute chart. I'm like, what are we looking at? But as you can see here, Scott, the one thing that is starting to happen to scare me is that we already formed this shoulder here on the left side. We got a head when we got up to 1.9, and now we're coming back to form another shoulder. So could potentially end up being a head and shoulders on the 4-hour. On the 1 day, I think, it's a little bit, we already got out of the other head and shoulders pattern. So this may just be when we start doing a double top and maybe a little bit more rejection. So I'm with you on we could see a little bit more rejection before we really take off. In the Bitcoin dominance right now, I think it's still around 43. Yep. 43.38 as we see here, and the Ethereum dominance is at 18.4. So really still the same kind of boring market that we've been kind of playing with now for like the last 3 months. I'm not bearish by any means, but I'm also not overly bullish. I think this is a good time to be a bearish bull. And you could actually, it's a great time to accumulate, which isn't financial advice, but if you're doing research and you believe in a project and you're going to be there for the macro, I think this is a great time to accumulate or average your cost in. But that's all I have for today. I'm trying to think if it was anything that recently listed, but I know that we could talk about. I know Everrise recently listed, and there's some trading events that's going on with that, as well as I want to say was it? It was another one I want to say that we talked about last week. But guys, you could always check out their website, check out some of the new tokens that we've listed and some of the other things. But that's all I have for today. Scott, you got anything before we head out?
No, we are throwing an event at BigONE right now. I will look that up really fast because I think it's a great one for our new listing as well. They're offering up to $10,000 in USDT. Oh, wrong thing. Give me 1 second here just to load up my other one. Sometimes on these Macs, you do have different ones that you can't access your Twitter feed, which is absolutely silly, but it is what it is. It just take me 1 second here. We got it on the thing. I'm just gonna pop it up here. There we go. And then load this up really fast and we're off to the races. So participate in Rise Everrise trading contest, share $10,000 reward. So just looking here really quickly, in order to provide users with a better trading experience, BigONE and Rise Project Party have jointly launched the Rise deposit and trading event. Details of the event are as follows. So if you're in first place in the ranking for doing it's for deposits, and that is $800 worth of Rise you'd win. Second place is $600. Third is $500. Fourth is $400. Fifth is $200, and then $50 for 6th through 10th, and a share of $1,000 between 11th and 30th place. But either way, you win a prize for depositing a Rise on the thing. I do believe I'll just double check. Rise USD transactions. So it's Rise USDT transactions can receive the following rewards. So, which is awesome. That's good. They're supporting Rise, and Rise is supporting BigONE. So I'm excited for that and the continued partnership between those two.
Yeah, guys, definitely excited about that. And like we always say, guys, if you know any other projects, have them reach out to me or Scott. We're always on Twitter Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 12 o'clock p.m., 5 o'clock UTC. And we're on Twitter, I'm sorry, and we're on Telegram every day. So just reach out to us on the BigONE space there. But that's all we have time for today, guys. Gonna go ahead and head off now, but start of the week. So you got the whole week with us, and we'll see you tomorrow. So until then,
peace. See you guys later. Bye.